What's going on, everybody? This is your girl K Rich, and yes, I'm coming at you from a PK perspective. How's everybody doing? It's been a minute. I have been so busy, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Just about learning how to be multidimensional, how to, and that you're not stuck to be one-dimensional. You're not stuck in one person's tone of thought. I'm not one. There's many sides of me, and in different platforms and different arenas, you're going to see a different side. So I had the pleasure of doing a lot in the last month, from volunteering to, of course, getting back with football, then to emceeing an event, helping somebody that wants to learn how to train, to be a personal trainer, a lot. And I've heard a lot of, oh, well, I didn't know you did that. I've also been able to minister to people, teaching people different biblical concepts, making sure we have right understanding contextually and in what it is that they are studying. So I've had people say, well, I didn't know you did that. And, well, if you do this, how can you do that? And if you do that, how can you do this? And I'm always taken to the Apostle Paul saying, you have to learn. And he's learned to be all things unto all men, right? And that does not mean that I am compromising my salvation. It doesn't mean that I'm, being fake. It really just means that, to me, in different settings, I'm going to be a different person. I had the opportunity to, I was invited to a platform with the NFL's association, their former players, retired players association. I'm not going to act in that arena like I'm going to act at football practice, right? There's going to be a different decorum. There's going to be a different part of my personality. We're going to talk about a different set of topics, just like I'm not going to be the way I am at football practice at church, and vice versa. Now, it doesn't change the core personalities and the core characteristics that we all have. If you're honest, you're going to be honest all the way around. If you're trustworthy, you're going to be trustworthy all the way around. Whatever your beliefs are, you're going to be that all the way around. And I think that people can get it twisted and conflicted, that I can't be someone who's a follower of the Most High and be able to minister to somebody, lead them to Christ, be able to expound on biblical topics and concepts, and then get to practice and be able to let my hair down and just have fun and laugh and hit people. Like, it's like people are so dumbfounded by the fact that I am not a one-note person, a one-tone person. And I would take that and liken it to like music. If we all were playing one note, one key on the piano, it would sound atrocious. You would not listen to someone playing one key, even if it's one key at a time. Like when we all learn chopsticks. But then you have to understand that you can go from chopsticks and take your time and put in the training, put in the skill set, put in the character development, put in the communication development, and play Mozart, right? You can play Beethoven eventually if you put in the work. And I think people have just stepped away from putting in the individual work and putting in the work on when it comes to communication. Like, if I cannot communicate, I am not going to be an effective witness. If I cannot have dealings and interactions in more than one setting, I'm not going to be a good witness. I'm not going to be a good friend. I'm not going to be a good wife. It's not going to happen. I have to learn to be flexible and pliable and be able to talk to people all across the board, communicate in topics and in arenas and in platforms all across the board. I have to. Or else I'm going to get lost in the sauce. And this is not to say, some people will say, like I say, everybody's not my ministry. And that's true. Everybody's not your ministry. And no, I'm not called to every single field. But if approached, I should be able to effectively be able to communicate, effectively be able to handle myself, be able to know how to be in each situation, at least at the minimum, at the base level. Now, I'm not saying that to be saved, or even myself, you have to be some type of communication savant. I'm not saying that. But to be able to hold conversations, to be able to have a plethora of topics that you can talk about, and not just be, well, all I can talk about is church. If all you got is church talk, you're never gonna reach anybody else. It's just not gonna happen. If all you have is you're not, I won't be able to be effective in the marketplace, right? And kingdom is about going out into the marketplace and winning souls and having those conversations, allowing people to express themselves, their beliefs, their thoughts, even their thoughts on what you believe, and having a productive dialogue, not just arguing topics or talking only about your experience and having no biblical backing to whatever you're saying. And that goes from here, there, and everywhere. I'm not gonna change the core of who I am. Anybody that knows me, and I say all the time, I'm the same person no matter where I'm at. I'm the same person in church. I'm gonna be the same person at a funeral as I'm gonna be the same person with my mom and dad. I'm gonna be the same person, on a date. I'm gonna be the same person. But how I communicate and the dynamic in which I communicate has to change. It has to change. And I know we've all seen that person that can't do that. And you're, out at some fine dining establishment with somebody who all they know is family reunions, and everybody's looking, you're looking like, oh my gosh, they can't turn it off. They're one note, they're one tone. Or that person that's just one tone, this is all they can't change it up, they can't read the room, and you don't even invite them places. So you don't want to be that person, because guess what? You missed the opportunity to be in that arena. You missed the opportunity to be around those different people, and we don't want to do that. So whether I'm doing a video like this, or whether I'm talking to my people, it's like, man, y'all know they was out there cutting up. I couldn't believe them dudes. I can talk that way. I can, like people, unfortunately, people that see me when my hair is down, like it is now, but at practices or when I'm just hanging out, clowning with my friends, and I'm at that point where I can let my hair down, they would never know that I own a small business, have 2 degrees, that I do MC, that I sing on the praise team, that I witness to people, that I do help people with Bible study. I have a YouTube channel. I'm about to have a podcast that talks about biblical topics. They would never know. But that time in that moment is not for them. And we have to learn that everyone isn't our assignment, and every moment is our time to teach. Every moment isn't your time to, be out there trying to show up or trying to show up, this is what y'all need to be doing. Every moment isn't that moment. So we have to be all things to all men and know when to be what, how to speak. Like even Jesus didn't go around flipping tables all the time, although he did flip a table. Jesus didn't go around chasing folks with whips all the time, although he did have folks chase with a whip. He did chase folks with a whip. He didn't always say, man, pull out the sword because we're going to have to fight. But he did tell the disciples, hey, you ain't got a sword, go sell your cloak because it might be time to get on down. So we're not one tone. Jesus was multi-tone. He would do parables. He got upset. He knew how to handle his people. Like, y'all couldn't pray 1 hour, bro. Like, he knew how to be that. So if we're going to be like Christ, then we need to learn how to be that, develop that communication skill, develop the ability and the knowledge, first of all. So look up some stuff. Look up more than what your pastor's preaching on Sunday morning. What's going on in the world? What's going on in your community? What are the laws that are being passed? Who is, what does fine dining look like? Which fork is where, goes where? Which glass is for what? Like, find out this stuff so that you are now, you have the skill set for God to put you in these different circles and put you in these different arenas, or you're going to just be that one-tone person. So when you see me, and you see me on Saturday, and I'm on the field, and I'm smacking people down, and I'm, snatching somebody down by the trying to blow their back out on a tackle. And then the next day, Sunday morning, I'm in the house of God with my hands lifted and I'm worshiping. And then on Tuesday, I'm back at practice and we're kikiing and we're laughing. I'm still the same person, same sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost. But I'm learning, and I've learned how to be a dynamic individual instead of a one-tone. And then that allows me to have broader spectrum, to be able to witness, to be able for people to see that you can be a Christian and you're not at home wrapped up in sackcloth and ashes all the time. Like, you can still live. You can still have fun. Where does it say, and to be saved, thou shalt have no fun? Thou shalt not laugh. It's not there, right? The Bible actually says laughter does good like a medicine. And we did live, love, laugh, and it was amazing. And I am seated. Yes, I did. And I had jokes. Yes, I did. I even did a Hennessy reference. Yes, I did. When I said they say anything's possible, but I know with God anything. Yes, I did. Right? And it's okay. Like, I can be myself. And you can be yourself. But we want to learn how to be more dynamic, to be able to reach more people, to have knowledge. When people ask me questions about archaeology or anthropology or what's going on with the law they just passed for the marijuana and those that were convicted, I have some knowledge. We want those sentences overturned if it's wrong, if it's unjust, right? So let's not be so easy to see people outside of what box we've put them in, and see what the fruit is in their life. And see, are they really out there ministering? Are they being a light? Or is it just my own mental blocks and locks on people that aren't there in the first place, that God didn't put there, all right? So go out and be all things to all men. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I want y'all to do what I want y'all to do every time I'm on here. And that is, go be great. Peace.